So today I've got a really great live broadcast for you in store, and we are talking about, after my 5 days of experimenting with broadcasting on at the same time every day, so starting my mornings with a live broadcast, I wanted to share with you why I think you should consider it too, because it's certainly been 5 consistent days on broadcasting on all 3 live streams, 3 being Instagram, Facebook and Periscope. And I think it's really good for business and for you, even if you don't have a business, for you professionals out there to consider it too. So what I'm going to share with you is really some things that I mean, I've always been doing live broadcasts from the very onset that this all came to fruition, when we were allowed to stream live through it first started with Periscope, through our Twitter accounts, and then as it rolled out into Facebook and Instagram. What I didn't have was a plan or a strategy how I would make it work. Now I don't know whether this is I just didn't know a workaround. I know there are other open sources that you can do it through one software device, like Open Broadcasting System or Yasuniko. 5 days, we made it. It's me and you here. So this is the 5th day, and so yeah, like I was saying, there are other like Wirecast or OBS, and I know there's many more which I've trialed, but I still found there were some limitations, that I can't do Periscope and Instagram, for an example, on those. I can do Facebook and YouTube, but what are more prominent for me are Facey and Periscope. So this way that I've been doing it is literally, I'm going through everyone through its native platform. So I've set it up so that every device I'm logged into the specific platform, so it's not through an external, because I know particularly for Facebook they like you to stay within Facebook. So, and they've just made it so easy, all platforms really made it so easy to do that's how I wanted to experiment with, and that's what this really is. So welcome, and this is a live experience, like a discovery channel to ignite your excellence. That's something I thought about today. So 5 reasons you need to consider live broadcasting for your business and your career, in your profession, in what you love to do, in your passion, even if it's not the work you do, why you should consider doing this to spread your message out to the world. Because the best thing about what is happening right now is that everybody has this available to them. You don't have to be chosen to come on a live broadcast. You can choose yourself to come and share your message. So this is what I wanted to inspire, or plant the seed that, how about, for you, reasons why you can make this work for you and your organizations. So have you experimented with it? What have you found? Have you been thinking about it? Let me know in the comments, or you can share the comments live with me now if you've experimented with live before. And if you do want to explore, I hope after today's session with us, whether you can, thank you, Streaky Bay Tourist Centre is with us on the Instagram, so you can have a look them up. I want to reward people that take action. So thank you, Streaky Bay, for commenting. I appreciate that, and thank you for being here. So if you are thinking about it, here are some reasons to propel you to take that action for yourself moving forward. So number 1 reason that you should consider doing your own live broadcast is that it is 100% free, and it's super easy to implement. It's as easy as doing a status update, okay, even easier. So I'm finding it even easier than posting a video, because as soon as you hit live broadcast, your video is already happening. So it's easy and it's free. All you need is an account. You do need a personal account. Hey Mez, you do need a personal account for your Facebook to create a business page. Now, even that, you can create a business page as an individual to spread your message, okay? So even my pages, I decided early on, as I was really exploring and discovering my own path in my business of what this is going to look like, when I didn't have a business name, or I was dating a business idea, but I wasn't quite ready to marry it yet. I thought, well, the best thing I can do and the best advice I could pass on to you is that you just register a business as your name to share you without even having a business. It's just really good digital real estate that you can create for yourself. And that way, then you've got a stepping stone to do your very own live broadcasting, very much in this similar way. Okay, so it's free and it's really, really easy. The most difficult part about it is actually overcoming just the fact that it's live. There's no stop and restart. Certainly that's not the way that I have wanted to do it. This is it. This is me. Whatever is coming out, I can't go and edit a polished piece of work to share. So the most difficult thing about it is overcoming your own self-talk nonsense that you're not good enough to do about it. And I only speak from experience, because this took me weeks. And the only thing that it took me weeks, I always had this idea in me. I always had this notion, or this ability to know that this is really important for me to take that next step. But what I didn't have or lacking was confidence, and beating that, sabotaging self-talk out of my head. So that's the most challenging part. But once you do one, then you go, hey, nothing happened. I did it and I feel really good about it. And I refer it back to exactly like the gym, going and doing exercise. I find it really, really hard almost every morning to get up at 4 o'clock and get my butt to the gym. Do I ever regret a workout? Never, ever, ever. I'm always so pleased that I've gotten there. It's the same with this environment. I found it's no different with a live broadcast. It's so stressful to get here, and I can come up with so many excuses that, you know what, today I might give it a miss. And as soon as I've done it, it's like, oh God, that was so good for me, and it was so great to connect with everyone. Nico, man, I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you. So my brother from another mother, Nikov, who is working and adding so much value to the global tourism landscape from the World Tourism Organization, has been such, I'm so grateful for you, Nicole. He's just been so helpful showing up with me on these broadcasts, and I have had some issues with Wi-Fi, but I did try something different again today, Nicole. So it's wonderful to see that everything is streaming really well. I don't need to get a technician out here, or a builder for that matter, to knock down walls. So that's wonderful to hear. Thank you. Okay, so that's it. It's free and it's easy. Number 2, higher organic reach. The number one reason I just knew I had to get into live broadcasting, and not doing it, and I was doing live broadcasting ad hoc when the stars and the moons were aligned and I felt good and I felt like I looked good, that I would hit that live button, or when I was doing something interesting. So always, if I'm at a special event or a conference, that's when I would feel I could add value to the audience. But I found that I really have to do this more regularly and find, again, I go back to that word confidence, to say, you know what, I really feel I could add value on a daily basis on everything that I'm reading and learning and doing. If I can inspire just one person that might join me live or might watch the replay, then that was a really good hour or hour and a half of my day spent. Okay, so the higher at the moment, video is still so hot. Video and my mobile, not just for the visitor economy and for tourism businesses, for any business or professional, like I said, just for you to get your message and your name and the word out there of what you believe in. Video is really, really important, and particularly with Facebook, they give a lot more favoritism at the moment for Facebook Live as opposed to any other piece of content. So Facebook Live is hot and it's super strong in terms of high, because I can even see from the other end, for those of you that are more familiar with it, Facebook actually works with you. There's algorithms there that they're saying, okay, let's reward this person that's doing a live, and they'll actually tell me, hang in there, keep going, or we're telling more people about you. So they're pinging and letting people know, hey, Despina's live, come over and join her. So that's really pleasing to see, and that has been actually quite motivating to keep going when I want to give up and stop if I see that no one's there, or it's like, it doesn't matter, just that one person or 0 people at least. It's about showing up. Show up and do the work. So I found that a reason for everyone, number 2 reason, is that you do achieve higher organic reach. And as we know, in the social media landscape, organic, another word for that is free reach, is becoming less and less achievable, particularly on Facebook. On Instagram, Instagram is still so super awesome for organic reach, albeit live streaming on Instagram, I would probably say that has been possibly, that's where there's room for growth there. Okay, number 3, it's repurposable content. So this week has been my first week of saying, I made a commitment. I'm going to do this experiment and I will do it for the next 30 days, 5 days down. Now, content is king. I would say next to content being king is connection. These days we can't just put anything out there that's not providing value, inspiring, educating, and giving an opportunity to connect. I find this live broadcasting environment gives us an opportunity to connect live. Like, I've got Streaky Bay Tourist Centre that's joined me. I haven't heard of Streaky Bay Tourist Centre, but I will be sure there's a connection there straight off the back that's happening live and I can come back to. My friend Nikos, we've met once and it was wonderful, but we continue our connection and building our relationship by supporting each other, and so many other examples I could give you. So repurposable content being king. Now I have content, because who's got the time to write a blog every day? I find now I've got this treasure trove of content that I can go and transcribe my live broadcast and turn them into copy for blogs. Okay, I can extend the message and create blog pieces, and I feel I've got 5 in the vault now. I've got 5 in the tank, and the structure's already been done for the live broadcast. The fact that I've had to show up for my live broadcast, I'm now ahead in the copy that I can create. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. It actually gives you an opportunity to have a draft for your next for content that's coming up, which I will be surely using. And that didn't really come to me until day 3, that, hey, I want to get all these blogs out there. It's like, wait a second, Despina, you've gone and you've already thought out some work for the live broadcast. Why don't you repurpose those? Hello. So there's reason number 3. Number 4 reason that you should consider live broadcasting for you and your business is that there's no restrictions. Like I said, you don't have to be chosen. You can choose yourself. There's no restrictions on whenever, however, whenever, whoever, wherever. You can do it where you want, when you want, okay? The only caveat to that is have a plan. What took the next step in making this more sustainable is that making a commitment to when, okay? Really when and how many times. So actually having a strategy to it now has made it a little bit more seamless. So there's no restriction though on doing this. Like I said, all you need is a connection with your Wi-Fi and your account. Now, thank you. I have a question. Woohoo! So how many blog posts you suggest in 1 month? Okay. Now, the experts will tell you if you want to get traction in anything is to blog weekly. Okay. Some will even say daily. But in terms of how many I would suggest in 1 month is number one, I always consider, particularly on how well you're resourced. If, like myself, your business is on the smaller scale or you're running things completely solo or you have a team, I would go back to you and ask that, how are you resourced to produce regular content? So start with 1 a month. Because if you start like that, and this is what I recommend to businesses, when we're saying repurposable content, start with 1 a month. Because that way, what you could do in your strategy is say, okay, it's March the 3rd, 2017. Between now and March 2018, if I blogged once a month, I would have 12 blog pieces or written pieces of content that would sit within my website. Now, even if you could do once a month to start with, you're flying. I hope that helps. So I don't want to, and this would happen to me too. I would listen to all the gurus and they would even go and say, like, do one a day. And then it becomes so overwhelming that you end up doing nothing. So what is really achievable is start with 1 a month, if that works for you. If you have resources around you to do more, by means do more. But with doing it once a month, you can actually create what you would call an editorial planner. So treat your business and treat your content like your own media or your own magazine. So when you start your blog piece and you look at your business as a magazine, say, okay, I'm going to produce something once a month, but it's going to be really, really good. Okay, and that way you can extend that out to say, okay, what's happening in March? What can I write about in March? Well, March here in Melbourne, in Victoria, it's autumn, so it's a new season. What events are happening within my industry? So the more you schedule it out and plan it, then you know when to. Now I'm getting into a little bit more here, but I hope it's serving since the question come up. Because when you schedule the content in, and remember we said during the week, when we schedule something it makes it real, but when you actually set yourself the goal of once a month, what I do is put it in the calendar to say 3 dates when I need to start thinking about writing that piece of content, when I'm going to publish that piece of content, when and where. Am I going to publish it on Facebook? I'm going to publish it on my website. And when I will follow up and check on it or repurpose it. And that's the other thing. You don't have to, if you do one piece of content for your blog, you can go back and then repurpose that content in other ways. You can say, okay, now I have a written piece of content. I'm going to go and do a live broadcast about it, or I will go and do a video about it, or I will go and podcast about it. I hope that helps, Streaky Babe. Thank you, Nicole. When is really important. This week, I knew you would be live at this set time, so I was expecting to join you at night in Spain time. heart's exploding. See, that's so important. That this is the consistency train, isn't it, Nicole? Thank you for saying that, because showing up at the same time, Nicole's in Spain. He's not in Melbourne, but on his time and his watch, he knew this. I'll be showing up at this time, so he's come and joined me for everyone. So having the when and being consistent is really important. Thank you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. We digressed a little bit, but I love that. I love that we can have, that's what this is about, connecting and engaging together, which when it's just a standard stock video, it would be me, and really, true story, I got better with practice, like with anything, but when I was doing just a video on itself, I could take up to like 20 takes till in my mind it was perfect. But this way it's like whatever, it's just like we're in the same room together. I don't stop and start in live training, so there's no reason that we need to do that now. Speaking of, that comes up to my next point, where it saves you time. To do a polished video, I just wouldn't have the time to do this every day at the moment. I'm not resourced well enough to have been creating a polished video every day, and I found an average, I'm going anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes in the live broadcast. If it was a video, then I would need to be a lot more specific about an intro, about some about text overlays, about an outro, about my call to action, optimizing my video with keywords and tag words. This way it's on. When I'm finished, the video's done, it's published, it's open. If no one shows up live, it's sitting there to be replayed. And again, anyone that's watching the replay, I hope you're finding this valuable too. Oh, valuable information. Thank you, Streaky Bay. So this is something that's really that I found doing live broadcasting, particularly if you're like me. Hello, Marianne. Welcome. Marianne from Cunha Apartments in Sorrento has just joined us. Beautiful accommodation, an amazing part of the world, Sorrento and Mornington Peninsula. So when you are doing live broadcasts, you're actually saving yourself a whole heap of time from producing the content and recording it. Because I would, if I was recording this live, I wouldn't, already I know there's things that I'm not that happy about, but you know, it doesn't matter, because I find this is the best authentic way to show you. At the end of the day, we do business with people, not with logos. So I think this has been a really good way to save myself time and still feel good that I'm producing some video content. Okay, and this is something that I would love for you to consider, live broadcasting, if you don't have the time like I found to do regular video. Last but not least, it's good for you. Like my gym and exercise example, you just get yourself there, and my wonderful personal trainer, Miguel Morales, he says to me, on those mornings that you're feeling really crap and you don't want to get out of bed, just get yourself to the car park. Just get yourself to the car park. Don't worry about the workout. Don't worry about the gym. Just get yourself to the car park. And you find once you're at the car park, you might as well go in. It's the same thing here. It's just get myself in this seat, just get myself set up, and then the rest kind of becomes easy. So I feel every time I finish it, I feel good, just like the gym, that I've done something good for myself and my business and anybody that's come and joined me. I feel like we've done something good together. So I would, again, encourage, what is something that you're passionate about that people need to hear? What's your message, and what's something that you're doing at the moment, or someone that you work with that you see huge, that you see, you know, this person needs to, more people need to hear about this person. How can you help them or plant the seeds in their minds to do something similar to this? So there you have it. A summary today on the Discovery Channel, Desi TV of Igniting Your Excellence. We discovered 6 ways that you must consider live broadcasting for your business and your career. Okay, number 1, it's super free, and it's super easy. Remember, the only objection and the most difficult thing is just actually getting over the nerves and the lack of confidence. You've got this. You got this. Anybody out there watching live or replay, this is something anyone can do. Number 2, you receive higher organic reach doing any type of video, but at the moment it's super hot on particularly on Facebook. Okay, so doing a Facebook live is super strong for organic reach, and which is something that is becoming more and more difficult for us to achieve. So doing anything that's going to get us more reach is good for you, it's good for me, it's good for the greater good. Okay, so it's higher organic reach. Repurposable content is the third reason why you should consider live broadcasting. You've now got a great draft or something that you can extend into creating that blog post or that podcast or whatever it is, that infographic. It's great to repurpose the content. Number 4 is you have no restrictions. No restrictions in when you do this, who you do this with, or whatever it is that the message that you want to portray. So you have no restrictions and no boundaries to this. Number 5, it's a super duper ultimate time saver. I've done this video now outside of Instagram. That won't happen. Thank you for the love, Nazmi, on Periscope. So it's the ultimate time saver because the video now's done. As soon as I finish this live broadcast now, I have another video in my vault. So I've ticked that box for the day or the week or the month, however you choose to do that, which is gives me on to number 6, that it's good for you. Keep ourselves green and growing by trying and doing different things. I find this has been really good for me in so many different ways, particularly as someone that's working for myself, by myself, and I love connecting with people. I'm really energized by being around people, and that's something that I've missed the most when I've come out of, secure employment, if you could say. That's something that I've really missed the most, and that's something that's created the most self-doubt. When you're alone, you start conjuring up, but I found live broadcasting has been fantastic to keep myself green and growing. But the most important, number 1 thing, to be connected. Okay, to be connected. I think content is king. I would kind of cross out content and say connection is king in moving forward in the marketing space. Hello, Lisa from Cafeteria in Black Rock. There's a shout out. Another amazing part of the world. Now, Lisa's another entrepreneur with her husband from Random Spaces. So thank you for joining us, Lisa. Okay, so there's a summary to. So how did you find this? Did you find it valuable? What was an aha moment? Streaky Bay in Aya Peninsula. I will love to come and visit. I will have to, yeah, that's all. See, that was wonderful. I've made a wonderful new friend today, which is so pleasing. Thank you. I'll connect with you. I'm gonna have to kind of Instagram stalk you, Streaky Bay, and find you after this broadcast. So let me know in the comments, did you find this valuable? What was an aha moment? What would you love to learn a little bit more about? Because I'll be back. I'll be back on Monday, same time next week, which will be, so what are we today? We're the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th of March. I'm not going to reveal what I'll be talking about because, to be honest with you, I haven't quite got there yet. That's 3 days away. We'll figure it out. All I know is that it will be something that I feel it will be really valuable for you. So to finish off with a quote, today I'm not doing my potluck quote. I already had it in my mind to share this with you, because it's something that when I lack confidence in doing these things, and especially now being in my own business, this is something I always have to revert back to get me going. And that's, if you don't market yourself, something terrible will happen. Nothing will happen if you don't take that leap, okay, and market your brand and your business. So I hope that is a little source of inspiration for you to give it a go. Tag me when you're doing your live broadcast, and I would love to jump onto yours and give you that encouragement that you need. Okay, so thank you. I'm very most grateful. Have a fantastic Friday or whatever day it is, or Thursday evening for my pal Nico. And here's to your roaring excellence ignition, okay? To be brave and be bold and continue to be beautiful, and most importantly, be excellent. That's my little hashtag, be excellent. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for those of you that are watching the replay, and I will see you again on Monday morning, same time, same place. Okay, thank you, Streaky Bay Tourist Centre. Look them up on Instagram at Streaky Bay Tourist Centre, and check out this beautiful piece of the world. Okay, and that's what this is all about. Okay, have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye, my Instagrammers. Big love. And goodbye to Periscopers. Thank you for everyone that joined me and watching the replay. And last but not least, Facebookers. Thank you. We've got so much more to talk about Facebook. We haven't even touched the surface around what we can do about Facebook, and I've certainly got it in the vault and moving forward as continue the live broadcasting experiment. So thank you to all of you that joined, and thank you for your lovely comments and that engagement today. I really, really, really appreciate it. Honourable mention to my brother Nikos from Madrid in Spain, from the World Tourism Organization. Thank you again for showing up and being so helpful with the connection issues I've been having. Okay, bye for now. Big love, guys. Ciao.